Kai Sotto is back with Gilas Pilipinas, and Jordan Clarkson's reaction may have made this story even bigger. After more than 2 years away from the national team, Sotto is set to return to Gilas, giving the Philippines a major boost in the frontcourt ahead of the crucial second round of the FIBA World Cup Asian Qualifiers. And Sotto himself seemed to confirm just how excited he is. His message was short, but the meaning was clear: you know what time it is. For Gilas fans, this is more than just the return of another player. Sotto's presence could give head coach Tim Cone another important option against physically imposing teams, particularly Jordan and Iran. But then something else caught the attention of Filipino basketball fans. Jordan Clarkson, one of the biggest names connected to Philippine basketball, reacted directly to Sotto's return. His comment was simple: 3 exclamation points. On the surface, that might not seem like much. But considering Clarkson's history with Gilas, his reaction immediately sparked another question. Could Jordan Clarkson also be hoping to wear the Gilas jersey again? That possibility is what makes this story so intriguing. Because if Kai Sotto is returning, and Clarkson is also interested in coming back, Gilas could be heading into the next FIBA window with a completely different level of firepower. And the timing could hardly be more important. The biggest immediate impact of Kai Sotto's return could come in the paint. Gilas has needed reliable size and interior presence, especially when facing teams with powerful frontcourts. With the upcoming qualifying games against Jordan and Iran, having Sotto available gives the coaching staff another option to compete physically on both ends of the floor. That matters because Sotto can potentially affect the game without needing to dominate every possession. On offense, his size gives Gilas another target near the basket. On defense, his presence can make opponents think twice about attacking the paint. And when he shares the floor with experienced big men such as Junmar Fajardo and AJ Edu, the coaching staff has more flexibility in how it manages the frontcourt. There is also a bigger issue here. Gilas cannot afford to rely on just 1 or 2 players when the competition gets tougher. If certain frontcourt players are unavailable, Sotto's return becomes even more valuable because it gives Tim Cone another legitimate option. And that is why reports of the coaching staff being delighted by Sotto's availability make sense. For a national team preparing for important qualification games, getting a player of Sotto's size and potential back into the rotation can change the entire balance of the roster. But while Sotto's return solves one major question, Jordan Clarkson's reaction creates another. Clarkson has already experienced what it means to represent the Philippines on the international stage. His previous Gilas appearances showed how much offensive responsibility he can carry, particularly when the team needs someone capable of creating his own shot and generating points under pressure. So when Clarkson saw Sotto's announcement and responded with those 3 exclamation points, Filipino fans naturally started connecting the dots. Is it simply excitement for his teammate and fellow Filipino? Or could it be a hint that Clarkson himself wants another opportunity with Gilas? The available information does not confirm that he will play. But the possibility is certainly enough to get fans talking. And if that possibility becomes reality, the conversation around Gilas suddenly changes completely. Because now, this is no longer just about getting one important player back. It could be about putting together a stronger roster at exactly the moment when Gilas needs it most. This is where the tactical picture becomes especially interesting. Kai Sotto and Jordan Clarkson would solve very different problems for Gilas. Sotto gives the team size, length, and an interior presence. Clarkson, meanwhile, can provide perimeter scoring and individual shot creation. Put those pieces together, and the coaching staff would have more ways to attack a defense. Imagine the challenge for an opposing team. If defenders focus too heavily on Clarkson on the perimeter, Gilas could potentially look inside more often. If the defense collapses towards Sotto in the paint, that can create additional opportunities for players operating around the perimeter. That is the kind of balance every national team wants. And against teams such as Jordan and Iran, balance could be critical. Those opponents are capable of putting significant physical pressure on Gilas, particularly around the basket. Having Sotto available gives the Philippines another player who can compete in that environment rather than forcing the team to rely entirely on smaller lineups. But there is an important distinction we have to make. Sotto's return is something that has been reported and indicated by his own post. Clarkson's possible return, based on the information available here, is not confirmed. His reaction to Sotto is encouraging for fans, but 3 exclamation points are not an official commitment. That distinction matters. In international basketball, availability can depend on many factors: team schedules, player commitments, health, and other circumstances. So while fans can dream about a Sotto-Clarkson combination, it would be premature to treat that lineup as guaranteed. Still, the reaction itself tells us something important. Clarkson clearly appears excited about Sotto returning to the national team. And if Clarkson genuinely wants another opportunity with Gilas, his presence could dramatically increase the team's offensive options. The Philippines would potentially have a big man capable of operating around the interior and a proven perimeter scorer who can create offense when the system breaks down. That combination could also benefit the players around them. A player like June Mar Fajardo could have more room to operate depending on the lineup. AJ Edu could be used in different defensive and athletic roles. And the coaching staff would have more flexibility when choosing between size, speed, shooting, and offensive creation. But there is another reason this story matters. Kai Sotto's return is also a reminder that national team basketball is bigger than individual speculation. For years, fans have debated whether certain players would return, whether they would commit, and what a fully loaded Gilas roster might look like. Now, at least one major piece appears to be coming back. And suddenly, the possibility of another major return is being discussed. That is why Clarkson's comment has generated so much attention. It may not be an announcement, but it has opened the door to a very interesting possibility. And if that door actually opens, Gilas could have something far more dangerous than simply a stronger roster. It could have momentum. The bigger picture is simple. Gilas needs its best available players when the stakes are highest. Kai Sotto's return gives the Philippines another important piece in the frontcourt, especially with major qualifying games ahead. His presence can add size, depth, and another option for Tim Cone to work with. And then there is Jordan Clarkson. For now, his reaction should be treated exactly as it is, a reaction, not confirmation that he will play. But the fact that Clarkson publicly celebrated Sotto's return is enough to keep the possibility alive. If Clarkson does become available for the fourth FIBA window, the impact could be significant. Gilas would have another proven offensive weapon alongside a returning Sotto, while the coaching staff could explore combinations designed specifically for the physical demands of international basketball. But before getting too far ahead, one thing remains clear. Kai Sotto is the confirmed development in this story. After more than 2 years away, his return gives Gilas fans something they have been waiting for. And now, perhaps unexpectedly, it has also created another storyline. Will Jordan Clarkson simply cheer from the sidelines? Or could we eventually see him back in the Gilas jersey as well? Right now, only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the return of Kai Sotto has already changed the conversation around Gilas Pilipinas. And if Clarkson really does want to come back, this story could become even bigger before the next window arrives. For Filipino basketball fans, that is a possibility worth watching closely.